Welcome back, everybody. I'm Wyatt G, your host of Tailgate Talk. We're here to talk a few things. We got some injury news with the Packers. We also have our Week 3 NFL Sunday picks that we'll go ahead and I'll pick some games that I think who's going to win, who's going to lose, and then we'll break down the Packers at the Cleveland Browns. Should be an interesting game down there in Cleveland as they're 0-2 and we're 2-0. But before that, quick news: Tucker Kraft, he after his massive breakout game against Washington Thursday night, this week in practice, it appears he tweaked something in one of his knees. It was thought to be serious at first, but MRIs revealed it was negative. Now he is questionable for Sunday's game. I don't know. Will he play? Will he not? Honestly, I don't think there's no need to play him. I mean, we have backups. Tucker's a great player, but if it's a little tweak, we don't want to take a chance on him. So we'll see. I don't know. Up in the air, but maybe on Tucker Kraft. Also popping up on the injury report this week, Josh Jacobs with an ankle injury. I don't think much will come out of that one, honestly. I think he'll be fine to play Sunday, no problem at all. Zach Tom dealing with an oblique injury. He's questionable. There's been a lot of conversations the past week or so. I don't know. We'll see. That one's a good one. We'll see if he plays or not. Me personally, he might. He might. I mean, we're going against Myles Garrett in the Browns front, which is really nasty to offensive lines. But we'll see about Zach Tom. Now, let's get into Week 3 of the NFL season. Last night, Dolphins at the Bills. Spread was 10.5, and the Bills covered. Or the Dolphins covered, I should say. 31-21. Bills defeat the Dolphins. Josh Allen looks like the front runner for MVP, hands down. I don't know how you stop that Bills defense. They're really, really good, but Miami didn't get blown out of the water last night. Miami fought. They put up 21 points, and they kind of kept themselves in it until the very end when Tua threw that interception, and that was pretty much wraps after that. So let's get into the Sunday slate here. Noon games, Packers at the Browns. Of course, I'm going to go Packers, but we'll get into more about the Packers-Browns game later in the segment. Colts at the Titans, 2-0 Colts against a young Cam Ward offense. Colts have been on a roll, but we haven't seen them on the road yet, and I think this Titans offense is starting to click. They're getting better. I love Cam Ward. So, honestly, I think the Colts' reign of terror for 2 games is over. I'm going to go with the Titans at home over the Colts. Amen. I picked the Titans last week against the Rams. Bit me in the ass. But, hey, divisional game, I like what they could do potentially. Now we got 2 teams with 2 backup quarterbacks starting. We got the Cincinnati Bengals with, I think it's, Jake Browning at quarterback, at the Minnesota Vikings with Carson Wentz as the quarterback. And the Vikings are without Aaron Jones, big running back for them. Bengals, they still got everyone. Basically, they don't have Joe. That's about it. I do like Cincinnati going on the road just because they're putting up a lot of points. They're scoring. The Vikings, I mean, last week with JJ at the helm, did not look good. And now we haven't seen Carson in how long? We don't know how Carson Wentz is going to do, especially out there in a big game. The Vikings need this one to be even alive. Bengals, they're 2-0. They're trying to go 3-0, so I'm going to go with Bengals here. I feel Jake Browning on the Bengals. I think he knows their offense very well, and we don't know what Carson Wentz is going to look like. So I would go Bengals. Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers at the New England Patriots. Steelers coming off of a bad loss at home to the Seahawks. Patriots, great dub on the road in Miami. Hey, man, I know you see it right there, the Rodgers jersey. I'm going to have to go with Rodgers here against the Patriots. Steelers taking the win against Patriots. It's not going to be an easy one at all. The Patriots, they got a good defense. Rabes coaching that thing up. Coming off of a good win to Miami. It's going to be tough. I could definitely see the Patriots winning this game, but I'm going to go Steelers because, yeah, Rodgers, come on. And the Steelers got a great defense. Let's be honest. The run game, it was shaky for them, but they got to establish a run game first against New England if they want to have a chance to even get the ball to DK Metcalf. Big game for the NFC. The Rams at the Eagles. Matthew Stafford still with a back injury. Looked totally fine last week, but the Eagles are still the champs. Still haven't been even close to getting beaten. I mean, Chiefs could have had a shot, but come on now. It's the Eagles. They're not going to lose at all. So I'm going to go with the Eagles at home against the Rams. I just like the way the Eagles are playing overall. I think their defense is still really good. And until the Eagles can really be beaten down, I don't think the Rams will come in there and do anything. But I think it should be a very tight game. Jets at the Buccaneers. Jets without starting quarterback Justin Fields concussion. Tyrod Taylor steps up against the Buccaneers team who just came off of an impressive road win on Monday night. I got to go Buccaneers. High-powered offense. They're going against a good defense, but Jets offense, I don't think they're going to be able to compete putting up points against Tampa. I got the Buccaneers in that one. The Raiders with Geno Smith, Ashton Jeanty going to Washington without a Jaden Daniels-led team. Marcus Mariota is filling in for Jane Daniels, who suffered a knee injury against the Packers Thursday night. Previous Thursday night. Honestly, Marcus, we haven't seen him in a little bit. The Raiders, we kind of know what they look like. They do not look good at all. Frankly, they look terrible. I like Washington, honestly. Yes, they lost Eichler, but they got the rookie as a running back. I think they're going to feed him a lot more this week. They need to. They really need to. They got to get Scary Terry involved. I think Ertz could be a good option, especially with Mariota looking for some easy throws, check downs. I'm just going to go to the running back and Ertz a lot. I want Scary to get involved because I have him on fantasy, so fantasy owners understand that. But I like Washington. I just think they got a solid all-around team that can definitely handle this not so hot scoring Raiders offense. So I'm going Washington. Atlanta Falcons go to the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers have been just ass. I mean, coming off of last year at the end of the season, Carolina was cooking. But since that, this season, they've looked terrible. Bryce Young is supposed to make a leap, and it's not showing too much. And the Falcons team has got a good defense. Michael Penix is starting to get better in this offense. I got to go the Falcons on the road here, divisional game. I just think so. I just think things are rolling for the Falcons over the Panthers. The Panthers are not showing too much life. Then the last game of the noon slate, Houston Texans going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Texans last Monday, home game versus the Buccaneers. They got it close there in the end, but unfortunately took the L. Honestly, I do like Texans on the road in Jacksonville. They're 0-2, but they're a good 0-2 team. They got to run that thing to Nick Chubb more. That's for sure. They got to establish a run game against the Jags, pound the ball off to Nick Chubb, let him cook. Jaguars, the only way I see them winning this game, if they can really get their offense going, Trevor Lawrence has to be better, make sure he takes care of the ball. But this Texans defense, they're savvy, man. They're really good. They don't let you score a lot as the Packers. We saw them last year come up to Lambeau. And, I got the Texans on the road in Jacksonville. Moving on to our 3 p.m. slate. The Denver Broncos, who have been struggling, go to the LA Chargers, who have been cooking. Bo Nix has not looked too good at all. Broncos defense is still the Broncos defense, but offensively, they're just not doing too much, except against Colts. Put up a bunch. But the Chargers got a really good win against the Chiefs in Brazil. Took care of business last week. I like the way they're cooking. I like the Chargers a lot. They got Harbaugh up front. They got a great defense. Their defense, they got guys all over the field. And it sucks that Mac's going to be out now, missing some time due to the injury he sustained last week. And I just think offensively, who's going to put up more points, Chargers or the Broncos? I got to give it to the Chargers. I don't see Denver putting up 30-plus against the Chargers. No way. No way. So I'm going Chargers. Saints at the Seahawks. God, that's a terrible matchup. I got to go Seattle. Seattle for sure. Seattle had a great game in Pittsburgh, and look at them to rely heavy on the run game again this week at home versus Saints, whose Saints are just allow a lot of points. So do not be surprised, especially when CMC put up a lot of yards last week. But moving on, America's game of the week, Dallas Cowboys at the Chicago Bears. Caleb Williams, 0-2. Cowboys, 1-1. You know what? I got to go Dallas on the road. Dallas on the road. Bears just lost Jalen Johnson, one of their top corners. And the Cowboys, they got George Pickens, CeeDee Lamb, Jake Ferguson at tight end. Who are you going to cover? Bears got a lot of injuries, and offensively, they haven't looked too hot. They put up 21 last week in Detroit after getting bulldozed early in the game. As long as the Cowboys can cover Rome Odunze, Cowboys got it in the bag. Simple as that. Cardinals at the 49ers. 2-0 Cardinals, 2-0 Niners. That'll be a good game, but, when did Call of Duty come out? That's the real question. Kyler Murray, we know how he is with COD and the record when that drops. So, 49ers are the Niners without Brock Purdy or not. I think Mac Jones is going to fill nicely into that offense. It's a great system for any quarterback, damn near. At home, too, for the 49ers. CMC looking better. Niners, easy. Move to our Sunday night football game. I can't believe this is a Sunday night game. Chiefs at the Giants. 0-2 Chiefs versus the 0-2 Giants. Interesting. I'm going Chiefs. Come on. That's the easy answer. There's no way the Chiefs are going 0-3 to start the season. No way. If it happens, I will be baffled. I will be very baffled if the Chiefs lose to the Giants. Come on now. Russ, he went crazy last week in Dallas. Threw a bunch passing yards, bunch of touchdowns to Malik Neighbors. He had a tremendous day. Of course, I was going against him in fantasy, and I lost my fantasy game because Malik Neighbors went off and had 40 points. Chiefs defense definitely better than the Cowboys, I'd say. But, at the end of the day, it's Patrick Mahomes against the Giants, and the Giants looked terrible on defense last week. So I'm going to go Chiefs winning that one in New York. Now the Monday night football game, this one is going to be a great one. The Detroit Lions going to the Ravens. Both teams 1-1. Massive stakes early. I got to go Ravens, man. They lost the first game of the year to the Bills. So close. And then the Lions, they killed Chicago last week. But at the end of the day, I think the Ravens, they're just going to have a little bit more offensive firepower to them. Their defenses, the Ravens' defense did not look too good against Buffalo. They were getting carved up. I've heard a lot about Jair getting cooked. Kind of sucks as a Packers fan, but now you feel like, oh, we got rid of Jair and I was getting cooked. Maybe it was a right call by Goody. Maybe they just saw something we didn't, and we were saying, let's keep Jair. But he's been having a tough year over in Baltimore. It's going to be I hope it's a high-scoring game. But I got the Ravens, man. I got the Ravens. Maybe I'm biased because I'm not a Lions guy because I'm a Packers fan. But I got the Lions winning that one. Or the Ravens winning that one for sure. And that brings us to Packers-Browns preview. I did drop my predictions video. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. It's out there. It's like a minute long. But some of the things I covered, the offensive line for the Packers, they've allowed 2 sacks this entire year. That's kind of good when you think about it, going against that Lions team with Hutchinson back, and then the Commanders defense who went to the NFC Championship game last year. Only 2 sacks. That's pretty damn good. Love has had a clean pocket, which you love to see because he needs that clean pocket. Last few years, he's been taking hits, getting injured because of it. And when he gets time to throw it in the pocket, he delivers a damn good ball as his stats. 480 yards, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 120 passer rating. Clean pocket. Love gets time. Deliver a clean ball. This is what you're going to get. Good-ass stats because he has time to throw the ball and make good decisions. Last year, not too much time in the pocket, dealing with some injuries, maybe some bad throws due to either injury or due to just the pocket collapsing. But this year, it looks different up front, which you love to see. And the O-line, they got a tough task this week with the Cleveland Browns. Browns, they already have what? I think they have 6 sacks on the year. And Myles Garrett has 3.5 already. Already in 2 games, Myles Garrett has 3.5. That's a problem up front, especially if we don't have Zach Tom. Would love to see him because we need to move these guys around, especially double team Myles Garrett. Got to stop him first. Otherwise, if he gets through all day, it's going to cause such a problem for Love, throwing it and getting sacked, taking hits. We don't want that. So if they can't block him, it's going to be a long day for everyone on the offensive unit. I hope they run the ball more to Josh. We want Josh to get more runs. I mean, he hasn't had a game yet with over 100 yards. You know, we love it, right? I think we take it a little bit too much for granted with the run game. You know, we always want to see, we got Josh Jacobs. He should be putting up 100 yards a game. I mean, he's getting the touches. He's getting about 20 almost, 20 or so. But when is that breakout game for Josh going to happen? Could it be this week? I don't know. Going against a very good defensive front for Cleveland. Packers D-line, though, going from the offensive line to the defensive line. Packers have forced 8 sacks defensively, with Rashawn Gary leading the unit at 2.5 sacks. Damn, 8 sacks. That's 4 sacks a game for the Pack, especially against a good Lions offense. But they've had some problems. They lost one of their starters. He retired. I think it was Ragnar that retired. And they have some rookies thrown in for them. That's why they got exposed. Then last week versus Washington, I just don't think they have a really good O-line. I mean, it didn't show yesterday or last week. Daniels was getting hit plenty and took a shot that's costed him an entire week now, and he's not playing this weekend. So look for the defensive line to get at Old Joe in the pocket. Old Joe, unless they go to Dillon Gabriel, doesn't matter. The Browns O-line isn't that good either. So I think our D-line against the Browns offensive line could be a very big problem up front, as they don't have too much of a good rushing offense. As long as we can get there quick, create problems out front for Joe or whoever's throwing that thing or running it, we should be fine. Got to stop Myles Garrett up front. Got to go attack the ball right away on the line defensively. Love needs that clean pocket to deliver that ball. And then which receiver is going to get touches this week or tight end? Dontavian Wicks had a few catches last week. He popped off a little bit. Romeo Doubs, he's always the reliable target for Jordan Love. He always seems to snag that clutch touchdown, red zone catch, or a big first down catch when you need it. Matthew Golden, he really isn't getting involved in any of the action this year, and he's expected to maybe have a week this week. I don't know if you guys would count on that, but we'll see. If I were to pick a receiver, I'd probably say it's going to be Romeo or Wicks, who is going to have a good week. If Tuck's playing, great. I'd say Tuck's going to get some good catches. Otherwise, yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with Golden. I don't know. Maybe they bring out some college plays and kind of do a jet sweep. He's got speed. We got to use that speed somehow in some way. It's just got to be shown. So we'll see how much Matthew Golden gets involved in the offense again this week. Otherwise than that, that's pretty much it for quick news. Tucker Kraft, questionable. Josh Jacobs, questionable, but most likely going to play. Zach Tom, questionable. Went through all the picks. Then we checked out preview. 2-0 Packers at the 0-2 Cleveland Browns. Got the Pack 24-13. I'll probably do this every week, guys. Just doing a little preview of this upcoming week. We'll do our weekly picks, whatnot. And then I will be in Green Bay for the Packers-Bengals game. I can't miss that game, man. I'm a season ticket holder. And seeing T. Higgins, Jamar Chase, sadly no Joe Burrow now. Damn. But we'll be there. Week 3, coming up right at you. Packers, Browns. See you guys next week. Go Pack, go.